Welcome, inmates, to the Lock-In Podcast, episode 18. Oh my god, we're finally legal. This is nuts. We have been popping off with views, over 30 views every single podcast. Thank you so much. We've actually broken it out on social media now. We have Facebook and Instagram. It's at Lock-In Podcast on Facebook, at Lock_in_podcast on Instagram. So please come follow us there, talk to us, and give us hints and tips of what we want to improve, because we're discussing whether to remove the film reviews and everything. So it'd be great to get your views on it. Anyway, I am your host, Joel. Sean, say hello.
Fuck off.
Too much of a commercial intro for you, matey.
Yeah, I like how you're going like, we've got this, that, and everything. We episode that most podcasts get this done like by episode 1. We're like, episode 18, yeah, we just got our Facebook and Instagram sorted out. We just got that sorted out, and we really care.
Yeah, come talk to us now. We didn't want it to till we had 18 episodes in, 18 weeks later.
Yeah, people not listening to an organised podcast. People don't come here to listen to organisation. People come here. People come here to listen to the chaos.
Yes, because they come
and
in
two
for
idiots
the chaos.
babble. And two idiots babble about random crap.
You're goddamn right, and that's what we're here for, and that's where the banter comes from. So, how have you been? Actually, no. What are you drinking?
Well, I'm living life on the edge.
Is that a Corona?
Yeah, it's a Corona. I feel like I should be part of the Fast and Furious franchise at this point with the amount of Corona I drink in this podcast. It's like, Corona, if you want to sponsor me, please.
Yeah, they want to sponsor us. Get us on it. Actually, quick fact: only 4,500 cases of Corona in the UK. A little Corona update from us.
Yay! Right, more news.
That's pretty good, I think.
Oh no! Oh good. Or I don't really
Good?
know.
I think that's good. It's reduced a lot.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's still happening. It's
Yeah, it's reducing though. It's getting better. Yeah. Shops are opening Monday. Pop on the day this podcast releases. Yay!
Woo! So what are you drinking, Joel?
I am drinking. Oh, you'll be proud of me for this one, mate. I've actually just poured a massive glass. Whoops, that's a lot. I'm drinking single malt Scotch whiskey, straight.
Sexy.
Yeah, Glenmorangie. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Probably not.
See the label?
Yeah, here we go, mate.
Show me the good stuff.
Glenmorangie,
Okay.
I guess. It's Scottish and whiskey. That's as far as I got.
It can't be Scotch if it's not from Scotland.
Oh, is that makes sense?
Yeah. You can be whiskey can be whiskey anywhere in the world unless it. And for some reason, in America, when we're not going to call it whiskey, we going to call it bourbon. It's going to be a little bit different because
really smoky, isn't it, bourbon?
A little bit. I think it's got something else. Something got a different ingredient in it that makes it a bit different. But
okay.
Yeah. And plus, I think America just want to be different. Like, we want to have our own brand of whiskey. That is my terrible American accent, people, and I hope I offended the whole nation.
Was that like Deep South? What were you going for there?
A mix of all of it. Just America.
America.
Fuck you.
Team America. What a film. I don't think actually I've ever seen it. I say what a film. I don't think I've seen it. Just making things up.
Well.
Oh. Yeah.
You might not be able to ever watch it again.
No.
With the way
I'm
going.
excited for this this Scotch whiskey, and I'm glad I know it's Scotch means Scottish. Is that Scotch Eggs as well, right? Do they have to be made in Scotland?
Yeah, but Scotland have a tendency to make everything Scottish. That's on tape. Yeah. That's Scotch tape. Got some eggs? Now that's a Scotch egg.
You're goddamn right. What's that? What is a Scotch egg? Like sausage meat around an egg?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, Scotland's a weird. I find Scotland strange and fascinating because do you think the Scottish looked at the English and like, no, they wear trousers, sod trousers. I'm gonna wear a skirt. All right, and I know Scottish people are like, it's not a skirt, it's a kilt. Oh no, I don't know what that accent was, but I mean,
that was alright actually. I'll rate you on that one.
Right, it's not a skirt, it's a kilt. It's like, but you call it a kilt. Yeah. It's a type of skirt. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rose by any other name.
Yeah, and they wear ridiculously high socks and they have a cock bag. It's just a strange. I think they just went the complete opposite of what the English went, and that and the bagpipes. I hate the bagpipes. I can't stand the bagpipes. It literally sounds like an animal dying, and that's mainly because the first invention of the bagpipes was quite literally the intestines or the insides of a sheep's stomach. So someone looks at a sheep's stomach and went, hey, do you know what? I can make this into an instrument.
I can blow air through that.
I can blow air for that and make a noise, and people will appreciate it. And no one stopped him. No one's like, Dave, is everything okay at home? No, they've just been like, yeah, you carve a sheep or whatever they had at the time and make an instrument out of its guts and everything else. That seems perfectly fine and normal. You do that.
Back in the old days, it was great. Like, you could do what the hell you wanted. Do anything. Cut up a sheep. I like the penis bag though. Like when they've got like the little fanny pack. I'm a huge fan of that. I rate a fanny pack. I think that we should introduce that more.
I feel like if you went to a Scottish person who's wearing a kilt and had a little cock bag and you went, oh, I love your fanny pack, they'll be like, excuse me.
Probably.
I beg your goddamn pardon.
I actually got a chest bag the other day. It looks like, honestly, it looks like a freaking jetpack. Like, it's like, it has 4 straps over your shoulders and then around your sides. It's like a fanny pack, but it's like on your chest. So it's much more obvious. And I just was like tired of wearing backpacks. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to wear this much smaller, much more obvious bag on my front. What do you think about that?
That must look like the most weirdest, most awful thing ever.
Yeah, but I really like it.
Why don't you just get like a money belt and just say it's constantly hidden up? So you just put your phone, it's hidden under your shirt, so you can't do anything to keep your precious belongings. That sounded really weird.
For banter, I think. I just like, oh, it's more obnoxious. And you know me.
It's definitely that. It's definitely obnoxious.
Should I get it? I wish we were doing a video podcast. If we were doing a video podcast, I'd actually put it.
Yeah, it's almost like I see you, your rucksack, and I raise you this back to front, very tightly small rucksack that glues to my chest.
Yeah.
Your move.
Exactly that. Yeah.
your move, average person on the underground that does not know who I am.
Yeah.
Who's judging me very loudly in his mind.
It fits like a bottle of water in. It fits my sunglasses case in, my phone, and my keys. And I was like, perfect. That's all I wanted.
It sounds awful. It sounds like you're going to look like an idiot.
I'm going to wear it to the pub, I reckon. Next time we get to the pub, when it finally opens, I'm wearing it.
I miss the pub. You actually just broke my heart mentioning the pub. It's like, oh, God. The pub.
Yeah.
The glorious
days. It's opening
days.
soon, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think...
Was it 4th of July?
There's a problem with the pub. You can only have 3 pints. Now, no one in the history of going to the pub has ever gone, you know what, I'll have 3 pints and stop at 3 pints. You can go to the pub and have 2 pints and leave, but once you have that 3rd pint, you're in.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's 2 or 6.
Yeah. You know, it's like the rules. Like if you go out with your mates and your mate twists your arms like, come on, just have a light one. You're like, all right, it won't be a heavy night. It's gonna be one of the most heaviest nights you're gonna have, and you're gonna wake up with the biggest hangover, and you'll be like, that was a mistake. It's just a rule of thumb. If you don't want to, you know, if you avoid getting drunk on for that night, just don't go to the pub. Because if you go to the pub and be like, yeah, I'm only gonna have a few and everything else, it's not gonna happen. And if you have, so I don't know. It's gonna be full of. I kind of have an image of all these people going to the pub, having a 3rd pint, and be going, what do I do now?
I guess go to a different pub.
They're either gonna go to a different pub, or they can just stand there like little lost sheep, going like, I don't know I don't know. Just lots of people there, just looking at empty glass, going, I don't know.
I guess not everyone has like 2 pubs right near them though. I guess we're really lucky to do that, right? Yeah. We have 2 pubs. We both of us have 2 pubs right next on top of each other. Like we can have 6 pints comfortably.
Yeah, true. But it's the thing is, I'm struggling to see how pubs are going to survive because so many people be drinking from home and everything else. And
do you think people won't go back?
Well, I'm very much quite vocal on the fact that there's in England there's a high tax on pubs selling alcohol. It's why buying most places in London and where we live, the prices are relatively high. So it's about £5. It's about, on average, it's about £5 a pint.
Yeah.
And when you get to central London, it changes. It can change sometimes to £6 or £7, depending on where you are and how fancy the place is and everything else.
Yeah, if you're in Bank or something, like most of the pubs are £7 a pint.
Yeah, and that's all due to tax to the idea was to stop the English people drinking. It hasn't worked at all. So I'm
Pubs
kind
just
of
make mint.
yeah, it hasn't worked. And all that's happened is people just go to the supermarket, buy it from the supermarket, and drink at home, which I would argue is more dangerous. It can lead to it's far easier to get a drinking problem drinking at home on a regular basis and everything else. If you have to go to the pub, it's more of a special event. You meet up with friends. You got the landlord there.
Yeah.
Drinking at home, you can crack one open on your own quite easily. And you know, I'm not ratting everyone out because I like a drink. I'm not ratting anyone out, and I'll come home sometimes from work and I want a pint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Joel knows that I really will have a pint during the week because I've set house rules that I've set for myself. But which is generally the weekend in case people are just tuned into this one. And if you just tuned in, listen to all the others.
Oh yeah, we always film these on the weekend and release it on a Monday.
Yeah.
2 p.m. Anyway, actually, a cool stat, actually. I found this out today. Drinking has actually gone down since lockdown started. Like, the difference between how much money was being spent at the pubs compared to how much alcohol is being bought in stores. Because I know someone that works on, like, statistics. They were saying, the overall alcohol purchased has gone down quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah. So although people are going home and drinking, maybe people are drinking more, maybe, it's overall, the average person is drinking less.
That's not the case for me. I have drank. During lockdown, before lockdown officially happened, it was my sister's 21st. And so we were lucky enough to have a big-ass party. And in classic, we're very in touch with Irish roots, so there's a lot of alcohol. And we were lucky enough to have a fair bit of alcohol left. The fair bit of alcohol left being 4 crates of Corona of 34 beers each, as well as 2 crates of champagne. And I say champagne, it's Prosecco if you want to be really specific about it.
2 different things there.
Well, no, there's the same things. One's Italian and one's French. They're both fizzy wines. Actually, that's a different subject.
I was gonna say.
why is fizzy wine like the only thing that has like a specific name for each country it's made in?
Well, it's just called sparkling wine most places, isn't it?
Well, no, it depends what it's made. Like the Spanish have one, I think it's called begins with C and it's Chivir or something like that. It's basically just fizzy wine. If it's in France, it's champagne.
Well, only if it's from the region of Champagne. Otherwise, it's it's just sparkling wine.
Yeah, but I think France has now said that it's all champagne. It's because it's not going to sell otherwise. Or you go buy French sparkling wine, or you go buy champagne. You don't get buy French sparkling wine. You get buy French champagne.
Yeah, I guess
so it's always going to be champagne. And Italy's Prosecco. England is literally just called English sparkling wine because we put zero thought in how we're going to name this drink.
I think that's the best way to do it. Like, English people are so like blunt and to the point. We're like, what is it? It's sparkling wine. It's carbon dioxide in the wine. That's what they're drinking. Sparkling wine. I love how it's just so blunt.
No, we have literally 2 extremes. We have like sparkling wine, or like we have the other thing like the Kingfisher. That is a fantastic name. That's a brilliant name to name an animal and everything else. It's a fantastic thing. The Kingfisher. That's brilliant. And then it's actually like, it's a grasshopper. It's in the grass and it hops. It's like, wow, that you put zero thought in there, didn't you? Yeah, pretty much.
I love it. I think the basic naming scheme, top notch.
We go from one string to the other. Like, we literally go like, we'll name something. It'll be the best name. It'll be one of the best names, and people will be like, that's a good name. So far that the whole world adopts the whole world has adopted the Kingfisher as that. They had different names. They went, Kingfisher's better. It's a cooler name. That's how good that naming is. And it's actually like, grasshopper. Who's in the grass and he hops?
Yeah.
What more do you want?
We had the orca, didn't we? We called it the orca, like the what people now know as the killer whale. Which killer whale is a poor translation from the French of whale killer, and the English people couldn't translate it the wrong way round. Now we call it killer whale. It's not a killer whale. It's a dolphin, and it kills whales. It eats them. It's a whale killer. It's so poorly done.
Well, there's a road in in London called Rotten Row.
Rotten Road.
Rotten Row.
Row. R-O-W.
Well,
or
something
R-O-E.
like, yeah. And it started off being it was I don't know French, so I can't actually say the pronunciation, but it started off being called the King's Road in French, and because the common English folk were like, I can't spell out French properly, it gradually transformed into it's Rotten Row, isn't it? So literally,
Wow, that's good.
So so when the French get angry, the fact that the English can't speak French, I get it.
Yeah. That is rough. I mean, we can't speak any languages, can we? Really poor at it. Actually, I think we've said that before. I took my first step into learning sign language this week, which I thought would be really cool.
That is cool, but again, why?
I'll tell you why. There's two reasons. So I started watching a film called A Silent Voice, and it shows like it's basically another slice of life anime. Really, really good. I'd recommend it. Where it shows like a slice of life of this deaf person, how they're bullied, and like their struggles in life, and like how they get over it. And I was like, damn, that's really good. And the main character starts learning sign language to talk to this person. I was like, yo, I respect that. And I watched a show called Eggheads as well, and there's a bunch of deaf people in there, and then there was a guy signing to them, and I was like, you know what, it'd be really sick to like be able to, if I ever met a deaf person, just be like, I can talk to him.
That's fair enough.
That was my entire logic behind it. It sound that now that I've said it out loud, that sounds much more pathetic than I thought I was doing like a noble cause. And now it sounds really stupid. No, I think it'd be good overall. Like I still think it's a good cause to do.
It's you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for any real benefit though. So who gives a damn?
Really. To improve myself. And I just thought it was cool.
I'm sure some listeners are judging you, but I mean, who gives a shit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
I'm learning to. It's never bad to learn a language of any sort.
No, I am gonna look into learning Italian, mainly because I like Italian. I love Italy. It's my home. It's my sacred home. It's my spiritual home. God, that's such a lame. Oh God, I sound like such a knob. Right.
They sound like such a basic white girl. What's going on? It's my spiritual home.
My spirit animal is a crow.
Hashtag basic.
Anyway,
we're gonna get slated for that. Anyway,
that's fine. That's fine. We didn't. Oh, I can't say that.
It's funny. All right. Anyway, carry on, quick.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah, it's But the other reason is that we are planning to do a road trip through Italy, and it's like, you know what? Knowing some words that I can ask for directions, because we're bound to get lost and everything else, or we're bound to need to buy food and shit.
Yeah.
And having to speak the language might be helpful, especially since we might be traveling through some like village that's not really much of a tourist attraction. That burp.
Yeah, I just love it. I was like, are we addressing that? You just burped in the mic. I'm not editing that out. Anyway, I think we're going through smaller villages. We're going to go through Tuscany and things like that, right? So it would be good to know some Italian. Like when I've travelled before, English was absolutely fine, but it's more polite to know the local language.
You was going by train, so you literally are stopping just at the major cities.
I went by megabus.
Megabus. Oh, okay. So you're literally stopping. So the thing is, because we're driving. Because this is going to be a road trip where we're driving and everything else, we're going to have to fill up and buy things and everything else and stuff like that. And
I hope everyone else is cracks open their cold one, and is drinking every time Sean says "and everything else." I want to remind everyone
and everything else
game that we started at like episode.
Do I still do that?
You do it all the time. It's funny. We do it in group calls all the time. It's really funny. I just want everyone to make sure they're drinking at that point.
Do you when we hang out with like other people and everything else? Do you hear it then as well? I'm talking and everything else. It's like.
I hear it all the time because I have to edit the podcast, and I've noticed it all the time now. It's like ingrained in my brain every time you say it.
You're welcome. You're going to have like a tick now. Every time someone says and everything else, you'll be like, oh.
Yeah, I actually do. Oh, actually, talking about the group chats that we've been having, obviously, like having chats, we're going on to one after this, playing a few more games. We did a couples quiz the other day, didn't we?
Yeah, and it turned out we were the best couple.
We were the most compatible couple. We knew each other the best. It was like a Mr. and Mrs. quiz, right? Yeah.
So
it says like someone else reads a statement and we say Me or him?
Yeah, me. Yeah, and basically, we literally killed it. Like for the first, I think I'll say for the first like 15 questions, it was like it was like, we both agree. And I think the only times we got caught out is the questions where it's like we either neither of us would do it or both of us would do it, and it was like, yeah, it's both of us. We're both guilty of doing that.
Yeah, I think we got like 5 wrong out of like 35 questions or so. It was like we just nailed it so hard.
Yeah,
it was good. It's a shame you're not a female.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had a vagina, it would be a perfect couple. I'd bang you.
Yeah, you bang me if I was a woman.
Yeah.
I'll bang you if you was a woman.
Oh, thank you. So. What a nice compliment.
That's too nice.
No, I like it. That's fine.
I'll tie you to the bed.
Go. Get a sex change and we can do it. Actually, that leads. Mate, I'm segueing everywhere today. I heard a fantastic statistic. I'm loving the facts and the stats today.
Did you just get bored and went on Wikipedia and like facts?
Yes. No. I actually don't know where did I learn this. I can't remember. Maybe it was a different podcast I was listening to. I've been starting like following a bunch of podcasts on our Instagram to try and like promote us.
All right.
So I've been listening to a few other ones.
Again, most people do that the first episode. We're doing it episode 18.
Hey, better late than never.
Organisation.
Are you ready?
Go.
In 2018, there was a statistic. All right. Oh, I do know where I learned this. Actually, it was Clint Stevens' YouTube channel. Big up him.
Boom.
Anyway, that's why I heard this stat. In 2018, there was a study done in the UK of how many people how often people had sex in between age 18 and 30. And 28% of people hadn't had sex within a year. And I was like, wow, that seems really high. And then I was like, no, wait, in a month, that's me. And most of my friend group. So, I was like, most of my friends group counting that as well. And I was like, oh, never mind.
How does it feel to be part of that group, Joel?
Yeah, well, I'm not there yet.
Well, with lockdown, you're going to be there.
Considering lockdown, I'm going to be there. And I was like, wow, that's a really long time. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm fine with it. I feel proud about it.
Is this the longest you've been single for a long time, I feel?
This is the longest I've been single since I was 15, I think.
Yeah, because you literally just always seem to jump from one relationship to another relationship to literally... You literally don't settle down.
I usually have 6 months off. And now I've been single for 11 months. No, I've been single for a year. The hell? Just over. Yeah, weird. That feels weird. That made me jump. I was like, whoa. Yeah, this is the longest I've been single in 10 years. Damn. That's nuts. That is actually crazy, thinking about that. Yeah.
Does that not scare you, or is that like a breath of fresh air?
I've been working on myself. Like, I think after this last relationship, obviously it was so long, I was like, I need 6 months to myself, no matter what. So, you know, I've been working on myself. It doesn't scare me too much. I'm pretty content where I am. Well, yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with where I am right now. It's good. And the next person just gets a new improved Joel, you know? Best of the best.
Yeah, but you get a sex change first, then I'll be the next person, so it's all good.
Damn right. Well, there you go. 2 perfect specimens.
You better have a huge rack though.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I don't want to go huge. I want double D. Is that huge? That's pretty big.
That's big enough.
Yeah, I'll go double D. Perfect. Oh my god. Actually, J.K. Rowling doesn't like transgender people. Is a headline that I saw this week. But
wait, what? She's one of the most woke people in the world. How can...
Yeah, do you see that? It was so funny. It wasn't that bad what she said. She was like, "Oh, from my opinion, like I believe sex should be a thing that you know, if sex doesn't count as a thing like woman to woman or man to man, then what, like the difficulties that I strive for as a woman aren't recognized." It was like the quick, brief like tweet she wrote. She backtracked very quickly and said, actually, I stand for transgender rights. But there was huge backlash all this week about it.
But what you just said literally makes no sense.
Yeah, I haven't got... Shall we get the tweet and read it? I feel like that's probably a...
We're going to have to edit this bit out because we just literally be quiet. Joel just going...
No.
Oh yeah, no, because we found out that you're really good at typing because we found out last night you cheated.
Yeah. I did not cheat.
We caught you Googling the answer.
I was Google. So, all right. So last night we played a game, didn't we? Where we played a game where some guy's name came up. I can't remember what his actual name was.
It was I think no, he's a basketball player.
It was a basketball player, but I was Googling his name to find out who it was as we were playing Fibbage, where you have to make up a lie about this person. So I was trying to figure out what actually he was, what he played, what he did. Once I figured out it was a basketball player, I was like, oh, his tweet says dunking, and that was my lie. But these guys accused me of cheating immediately.
Well, yeah, because you Googled his name, you Googled who it was. If you don't know the person, you don't know the person.
Yeah, but to make a better lie, I could...
But no, that's part of cheating. If you don't know the person, you just have to kind of guess.
That's not cheating anyway. Anyway, I've got the tweet.
Go.
If sex isn't real, there's no same-sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. This isn't hate to speak the truth. That's what she tweeted out. And it got a lot of likes, 228,000 likes. I think it was misconstrued a lot because she backtracked a lot and was like saying, hey, I'm not against trans people. It's just I want people to know like the reality of me living and the difficulties that I go through, have to be noticed as male and female because there's a difference in male and female inequality now. I think that's what she was trying to get across. Okay.
Because my understanding, as I said, I've openly admitted on this podcast already that oh god, got a frog in my throat there. Yeah. That sounds great for everyone. I hope you're enjoying me, choking to death. Anyway,
we're improving week on week.
Boom.
No wonder we're smashing views.
The professionalism. Boom. I've already said on this podcast that I don't quite understand the transgender thing. It's not the fact I don't understand that you're human beings, you deserve the same rights as human beings. It's just I don't get the process of going like, I'm this sex. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm the opposite. Like, I've said it before. Like, are you there, butter and nut toast? And you kind of go, oh shit, I'm in the wrong body. Like, I can't. My brain physically can't get. I can't comprehend it. And a part of it is that I haven't actually met a transgender person and had a conversation with them, so I don't know. And so part of it is probably ignorance, and I'm happy to admit that. But I thought that the word transgender was only for someone who's going for the transformation. It's only because they're in a weird middle bit that has no words, and we called it transgender because they literally are transforming gender. So you go from a male, then you go transgender, then you go female. So then once you are female, you are literally a female. You're no longer a transgender person. That's what I believe anyway. And if
is that how it is?
Well, that's what I thought. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, and I'm happy to concede and everything else because as I said, I'm not the most clued up in this area. But I thought if you was a guy who dresses as a woman, you're a drag queen.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Transvestite, isn't it?
Huh?
Transvestite? Is that a man that dresses as a woman? Or the other way around as
well? No, I always thought it was a drag queen. I thought transvestite is another word for transgender.
Mate, we're uneducated on this.
We are. Well, I haven't spoken to any transgender people. Or people going for the transgender house. I don't know this part of the world.
Transvestite, a person, typically a man, who derives pleasure from dressing in clothes primarily associated with the opposite sex. There you go.
Okay, I was wrong.
There you go. And transgender people have gender equality. People who have a gender identity or gender expression that differs from their sex at birth. So so the people that are transitioning.
Yeah.
Also known as medical assistants transition from one sex to another, identify as transsexual. Transgender is shortened to trans as an umbrella term.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
So I was right on that part, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I think you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I mean,
it's like,
at least we've educated ourselves slightly there.
Yeah, I think the people she may be getting confused with is the Genderfluid people, which again, it's another group of people that I'm kind of like I don't quite understand the way I can only kind of get it. And again, I haven't met any Genderfluid people, so I don't know what the hell's going on in that area at all. And you know, same thing goes. You're both human, same right as me, and everything else. I haven't met any of them, any of you, and therefore I don't know. But it's the way I can only understand it is that when you play a video game and you go a thing, you kind of like, you go like a male thing, and you kind of go like, I want to play a female for one, whatever. Like, good example is Mass Effect. Mass Effect, I always like, every single game I've played, I've gone like, I'm be a male, right now I'm going to be female. And it'd be like, it could be like at the end of the campaign or halfway through, I would go like, I want to get play female.
Oh, can you change like midway through a campaign?
Well, no, you have to start a new campaign. But I mean, I'm quite happy with doing that. I'll just do that and everything else. But I feel like it's kind of like, I do when I get to create a character and everything else, like Skyrim or Fallout and everything else, I will create like, I'll get halfway through and be like, I'm bored playing this race or playing this gender or whatever it is. I'm like, I want to play something different. So I'll literally start a whole new game, go for the boring beginning bit again and start again as something completely different. Like when I played Oblivion.
I like it. You're like, well, we related to that, but the real way would be if you could change mid game is what we're talking about, right?
Well, no, yeah, but this is the closest I can do to it.
Yeah,
but
that's the closest. Relate to a video game.
But no, well, that's.
I respect it.
I'm talking about my personal experience. That's the only reference I have for it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Everything else I said, I don't understand, and this is the closest I get to understand. It's just, I think it's very hard to keep up with it if you're doing it in real life. If I was in real life and I kept changing my gender, my preferences, and everything else, it would be confusing for everyone around me.
I guess Genderfluid, I see what you're saying. It's like a hard. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, right. So yeah, with Genderfluid, like I can totally see where you're coming from. She's saying she's males are saying they're female, but they're not going through things. The female struggle, maybe they never understood. Genderfluid have their own difficulties, I'm sure. So yeah, I guess it's hard to relate to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway. It's kind of hard to. I can't. Yeah, we can't really relate to it because we don't know anyone like it. So we kind of like we're literally kind of like we think it's this. We're probably wrong and probably offending a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to enlighten us, be great. Hit us up on the socials, as we know.
Boom.
Yeah. Anyway, have you been up to anything this week? Like, I just want to throw that back because we actually didn't discuss like, hey, what's been going on?
Yeah. I mean, I generally work and everything else. I mean, the one thing that is changing in London because of lockdown and everything else is the shops are getting ready to open up.
Yeah, Monday.
And everyone's got like lines to have to step on, only one person or two people per store and everything else. So yeah, it's starting to come back to life. It's interesting because it's scary. Like, some people, it's very much on the fringe that people are like, we shouldn't be doing any of this, and there's people who and it's giving like a lot of people on Monday literally going in, storming, and be like, I want to buy stuff.
Yeah, people want a distraction, right? They just want something to do, and shopping is such a distraction for so many people. I shop online. I only shop online. So it's
but it is a distraction for you. You get bored and you're like, do I need this? No. But do I want it? Yes.
Yeah. I've bought so much stuff. Honestly, way too much. Well, I bought the front backpack thing. Like,
I was literally about to bring that up and be like, a good example of this would be your front backpack, your show-off thing. Like, hey, look, am I a dickhead or what?
The sickest t-shirt though. I'll put it on the Instagram. It looks so good and it's arriving this week. I don't even want to describe it. Just go follow at @LockInPodcast __ obviously between it. Bang, it's so sick. And I'll even do a little model for you guys.
You poor people.
Mate, it looks so good. And I also ordered a crop top. Don't know why. Gonna wear that.
Reasons.
I'm just like, just buying stuff. And I want shorts, like cycling shorts, because I've been cycling a lot. I got a new bike. Actually, that's a new thing.
Yeah, you buy so much. I rarely buy anything. I buy like lunch, and I travel down to a thing and everything else. I'm like a hoarder of money. I'm a Tottenham fan, so it would make sense. But, is that okay? Is that okay? I don't know.
I know. I was an awkward laughter. I was like, I don't know what to say to that. Oh my god, that's funny though.
I don't. Yeah, all the changes happening. I just want to address it quick. It's good, but at the same token, it's like I'm so frightened to say anything at the moment.
Yeah, it's all SJW like territory right now. Like it really is. Like anything can offend. But hey, we've still got to make jokes. Our podcast is about jokes. It's not about social justice. You know, we address things that we feel like really need to be addressed. Otherwise, it's jokes.
Yeah,
I think that's simple enough, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. I think the sorry. When I love Starbucks now. These last 2 weeks, I've realised I just love Starbucks.
I told you Starbucks is better than Costco. You wouldn't believe it, did you?
Well, Starbucks opened before Costa Coffee, and Costa Coffee hasn't opened yet in my local town. And I have been going on long walks, like 15k walks, twice a week, 3 times a week. I go over to the local town, and I get myself a Starbucks, and it's great. A coffee frappuccino is the best thing I've tasted in a long time. It's great. It doesn't need any syrup shots. It's banging. And now I feel really basic and white, and it's so good.
Yeah, you're literally like a basic white bitch right now.
Hell yeah, I am. I love it. I honestly love it. I'd recommend it to anyone. Get one of them. It's sick.
One thing that has also happened in London as well, because there's not many people in London, the pigeons are getting angry because they're hungry. Yeah, they're literally like they're getting aggressive.
Really?
Yeah, because the place that I'm working at the moment, the canteen, although there's stripes and everything else for social distancing and everything else, it's quite a small.
Yeah.
It's quite small and encaged. So when I have my lunch, I tend to go outside and eat outside and everything else.
Makes sense. Get some fresh air.
Yeah, get some fresh air.
Get some sunshine.
And get away from the job as well is quite nice sometimes as well during the break. And the birds, man, they decide off. You know, literally this week I've had pigeons that literally poke at my feet like, "Go on, give me your goddamn food." It's like, no. And you just kind of like put your foot there, they kind of fly off and leave you alone.
Shoo them off.
Yeah. They kind of fly off, back off, and just waddle back with their weird, head thing like blah 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 blah, and kind of like, and then start poking my foot again. It's like, what are you doing? And Thursday was the funniest thing ever because where I sit having a thing, it's like a corner thing. I actually sat down. I obviously know what time we go for lunch because we sat down, and literally from a corner I just hear I see a pigeon's head go like across the thing, and then literally like another one popped up. I was like, it's like
food,
and then literally just waddle over like, hey, it's like, go away, it's my food.
Oh wow, yeah. They're getting really confident.
They're getting really confident. Yeah. I mean, they're getting aggressive. They are getting like they're not aggressive. They're just coming up and like, come on, you're human. You have food. Give me the food. Normally one of you give me food. Someone please give me food. I'm hungry and I don't know how to hunt anymore. Please give me food.
See, I'm the sucker that would throw crumbs out to them. I feel so bad, but then I know I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm quite happy to just watch them like, oh, look,
I'll share my food.
It's ham and egg.
Yeah, I would throw in a bit of bread. I wouldn't give them any of the egg or ham. Oh my god! Oh,
cannibalism.
It's not cannibalism. That'd be only feeding the pigeon, right? Is that right?
Well, it's still a bird eating a bird. It could be unless it's pigeon eggs, but yeah, I'm just showing you who's boss. I'm literally started eating like chicken and like eggs. Just be like, look, any moment,
go all out,
any minute, this could be you.
You should go all out and buy a pigeon just to eat it in front of them. Like you get yourself like a nice delicacy. Yeah.
So expensive.
Like obnoxiously expensive for a trick.
And feed it to him like, aha, you have no idea what you're eating.
That would make a great Instagram video though. Like you going into a shop, buying pigeon, cooking it, making a sandwich, going into London and just eating it in front of a pigeon. That'd be funny.
I might just throw it a little bit and watch them fight over it like, haha. God, I'm morbid.
It's like, where's the step? Where's the line?
At what point do you have to ask, do we have a problem?
I don't think we do. It's fine. I don't think anything we've said.
During the whole time we've had this podcast, everything we've said has been 100% okay.
100%. COVID has been fine. Our COVID updates have been banging. Have you actually one thing? I wanted to bring this up with you. This one podcast I think inspired us the most to make our podcast, right?
Yeah.
Say more than any other one. I'm sure you can. The RT podcast or the Rooster Teeth podcast. I think that we can both say that was our number one inspiration. We loved it.
Definitely.
We both really, really enjoy it. It's fantastic. Definitely check it out if you guys want, if you're enjoying podcasts, because the banter on there is phenomenal. Really, really good.
It's better than ours. They know what they're doing.
At the moment. Only at the moment. The more we improve, we're going to be overtaking them. Banging numbers, as I said.
Big guns.
I wanted to say that it hasn't been announced on Rooster Teeth yet, but on Twitter yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Bernie announced he's leaving Rooster Teeth. The old CEO of Rooster Teeth, who used to run the podcast, as well as it was Gus, Bernie, and two guests. Yeah. It used to be, and that they were the best podcast, my favourites. Barbara and Gavin were, it was the main crew, the main four.
Yeah, they're the main four. But Bernie's leaving.
Bernie is leaving completely, and he's moving away. He's moving somewhere completely different. I think he's moving country. Wow. With his family. Yeah, it was announced on Twitter yesterday, and I was just amazed by that. I was just like, oh, that's a real shame, because they were the OGs, and that's who inspired us.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I know you mentioned you had an announcement, and you want to see my reaction by that. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah.
Has he been given a reason for it, or is it just? I mean, he doesn't have to, but I mean,
he's got money now. It doesn't matter, does it? But I think he's just stepping away, because he said he was stepping away from the podcast. What, 3 months ago, roughly 4 months ago?
Well, no, his role within the Rooster Teeth was going to change. He said that he likes doing. He had to ask himself which part is he better at, and he felt like being an ideas man and being like, coming up with the idea of immersion and all this, the film things and everything else. It all started.
All the bigger projects.
Yeah, projects and everything else. Like Million Bounds Part, I think, is one of his ideas, and everything else. Yeah. The origins kind of always seem to be him, or a lot of big projects. So I think he was going in that direction. But so I knew it was going to step back from the podcast, and he was going to be like his last podcast. But I didn't think he was leaving. Yeah,
he's fully left, and I was just like, that's a shame. I mean, Gus is still on there, but he is one of the OGs. Him and Gus have the best chemistry.
Gus,
absolutely love them.
Jeff
is one of the OGs. Matt, who is now the CEO, he took over from Bernie. Bernie stepped down about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe.
I think so. I think it's 3, maybe even 4.
3 years ago,
maybe 3 years ago. But
wow, is it?
Matt stepped down from CEO as well now.
Oh, has he? Oh, he did. I remember that, actually, because they did a podcast on that as well. Yes,
he was on the podcast for that first time in ages. He literally like the dude, had the big beard and everything else. It's like, how's being a CEO? It took its toll.
Yeah, like he just smoked a bunch of weed. But Joel Heyman has also left. One of the 5 founding members. So Bernie and Joel has also left. Joel sounds like he's been removed by Twitter as well. Like, he sounds angry at Rooster Teeth. I don't know if it was the other 5 founding members or executives, but he's left on bad terms.
The voice of Caboose.
The voice of Caboose, he will not be returning as Caboose. But Caboose is from Red and Blue.
But Caboose is literally the best character.
Yeah.
I like
And he will not be returning next season as Caboose. It's crazy, isn't it? Rooster's being shook up.
That's Well, I let him go, or what? I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. There's been no confirmation yet. It's still rumours on Twitter, but
he had the best. He had the best stories on the Rooster Teeth podcast as well. Like the snake story, the snake crapping itself in the pool. It's still one of the best stories.
Damn right. Every time he was on there, he did lots. He did lots for the animation. He was the one that all of them at the beginning, all 5 of them were working like the longest hours. But to be a startup and be removed from it, it seems a bit weird that Bernie's leaving not long after as well, because he only left. I think it was about a month ago. Yeah. So I think something's gone on in Rooster Teeth. Maybe it's like the executives, the higher ups, but it feels like a bit dodge.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe the new CEO was like, we can't have Joel the weird, because I don't want to say weird. He's eccentric. It's the best way. He is. He's eccentric, I love him. But he's brilliant. He's literally Caboose is my favorite character. He's one of my favorite. Whenever I go into the podcast, and we got Joel's like, oh yeah. I can't wait.
Damn right.
He's going to run about gold. It's going to be hilarious.
Yes, like gold prizes. Anyway, we're just reliving old memories here, guys. Definitely check out the Rooster Teeth podcast if you want it. It's funny as it's been going for like 500 episodes.
Yeah,
like
it
it's
used
been
to be
going
called
a long
the Drunk
time.
Tank as well, didn't it? Before it became Rooster Teeth podcast, it was called the Drunk Tank.
Drunk Tank. Yeah, great stuff. Love it. The new episode's brilliant. Bernie, Gus, Gavin, and Barbara are my top favourite, but I mean everyone's funny on there, so we'll check it out.
Yeah, sad.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. That was it, really.
That's our times.
I think there's some crazy times. It's a bit mental, but anyway, let's move on. I think there's let's pick it up a bit. Actually, thinking about. Sorry, do you have a story? You look like you're about to talk.
No, you can go. I won't be able to talk about the film.
Oh yeah, we're running out of time. We should talk about the film. But
we could be really quick. It's depressing as hell. Right, next move on.
Yeah. Was it Grave of the Fireflies is the film that we were going to watch. We watched it. Damn, it was depressing. Sorry about that, lads. That was my suggestion, this one. Yeah, it was dark.
It was
hella dark.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else? Yeah, I mean, like, everyone died. Spoiler alert.
So
everyone died.
See, normally when I see a sad film and everything else, I accept that that's the whole idea of it and everything else. And like Schindler's, like a good example, I feel like is Schindler's List, which is a great film. And when I watched it and everything else, people go like, "Oh, this is fantastic." People ask what I think. My answer will be, "It's a fantastic film. It's going to be upsetting, but it's a fantastic film. You need to watch it."
Definitely.
I
recommend that film.
After watching this, if someone actually asks me what my opinion is, it's like, it's sad. It's just sad. I mean, the good thing about it is that it doesn't hide from the horrors of war. I think the whole purpose of the film is to show the horrors of war and everything else. But it's just literally at the end of it, it's like, it's just sad. And I like how at the end they try and make it feel better. Like, look, it's the ghost or the spirits of the two main characters watching over a modern Tokyo. It's like, no, there's no happy ending here. The main characters are dead.
Yeah, everyone died. It was sad.
You can't just twist it and make look. Actually, it's okay. No, it's not okay. Fuck you, movie.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the little like memory lane kind of bit when it was like, oh, his sister died, and they were like, look at all this fun she had when she was alive, but now she's dead.
Yeah. I like the movie. Yeah,
it's the dark one.
The one good thing I will say about the movie that because most of it is so depressing, when there is like the most simplest thing, when they're just a little bit of joy, like playing around or seeing fire, like something so simple, it's like isn't life
it
great?
makes you feel relieved, doesn't it? Like the little bit that's like their 10 minutes of happiness of anything, it makes you feel good about yourself as well.
But it's
just glad that you don't live in those times, really, I guess.
It's just depressing.
Yeah, it was.
It's just sad. The only thing I can say is there was a film made straight after World War II, but it was funded by the British government, and it was literally to show the horrors of World War II. It was literally done like World War II literally just finished, or the Western War literally finished in Germany.
Victory in Europe.
And it was like, we're going to show the horrors of war. That was the aim of it, and it did not hold back. It was like, this is what happened to this place in Germany. This is what some of the German people are living with. This is what some of the French people are living through. This is what happened in Holland, because basically Holland resisted the German rule quite heavily, and therefore Germany was like, okay, well, we're not going to give you food. And so they starved quite a lot of them. Yeah. It's why Audrey Hepburn was clothes were padded. She was so skinny because she lost because of World War II. She wore padding because she was so skinny from being starved during World War II. That's why her clothes were padded. Everything else, she's really, really skinny.
Mental. Who's Audrey Hepburn? Is she an actor?
She was an actor.
Was an actor.
Yeah, she was an actor.
Yeah. I don't particularly know who she
was.
My
Fair Lady
in a film.
No, in anything. She was one of the most. She was her and Marilyn Monroe were the two like damn of the time.
Okay.
And Audrey Hepburn was she was sexy, but the whole movie, the whole film, depicted all the horrors, including the Holocaust. And when it first released, people were like, "This is disgusting," and it's like, well, yeah, war is disgusting, but it got pulled from cinemas. Like it was only in cinemas for like a couple of weeks, if that. and it got pulled. Some of the footage was used in the trials for the German generals, and every now and then they kind of show.
Oh wow!
It was used as a sentence there. The Holocaust footage and everything else was done as crimes against humanity. It was shown. It was replaced by another film that was kind of put like a rainbow sheeting over it, like, and now we can be a new world. That this film was very much like, yeah, humans were shit. And every now and then, like, it's coming on TV every now and then, every anniversary or so of either the Holocaust or a certain event in World War II. Normally, this film may get played. And one time it got played, and my dad brought me down. I think I was only 18.
Only 18? You're an adult at that point, mate.
Yeah, you're a young adult.
Young adult.
Yeah, you're still footloose and footloose and fancy free, aren't you? At that point.
Yeah.
And he brought me down and said, "You got to watch this." I was like, "Okay." And at the end of it, I was like, very much like this film. I was like, "Yeah, humans suck." Sad. But yeah, that's literally my view on this film. It's just sad, depressing. Watch it for educational purposes, but other than that, just, man, is it sad.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, I have nothing else to say on it. I don't say. I think it is sad, and moving on from that, we are planning on taking a break from the film review. We don't have another film planned up.
No.
It'd be great to know what your guys' thoughts are on that, and if you want more, if you have a film trilogy or saga that you want us to review, that'd be brilliant. Let us know. Hit us up in the socials again at Lock-In Podcast on Facebook or at lock_in_podcast on Instagram. I'll be reviewing all of them, so it's fine.
I'll also be looking.
Yes, hopefully so.
We'll both be looking.
Yeah.
You are going to put the thing. You might as well put the things in the description as well.
Oh yeah, I'll drop the yeah, they'll be in the description.
Instead of making people go like lock in, pause, _play.
They'll all be in the description like a pro.
Yeah, we're professionals.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I try and write the descriptions every single time. I'm like, I swear I missed something. Anyway, I do have another cool story actually. Do you want another cool story?
Hit me with the cold story.
So obviously, I said I'm loving my Starbucks, and I've been in there like 5 times in the last 2 weeks. I freaking love the Starbucks. I went in there the other day, and have you seen my Pokemon hoodie, like the Pokemon London Stratford
with the Pikachu on it?
With the Pikachu on it. It's got the coordinates of the London Stratford store, like the White City Stratford store. No, sorry, it's the Westfield. Sorry, it's the White City Westfield store at the bottom. Sick hoodie. Looks awesome. It's a kind of like, you wouldn't know it's Pokemon unless you knew it was Pokemon. Really, it's kind of under like a bit more casual. When I went to Starbucks, the woman at the counter screamed at me, like legit was like, "Ah!" And I was like, okay. Her colleagues look round, like her manager looks round. She's about our age, like maybe a bit younger, like early 20s.
Right.
She looks at me and is like, "I love your hoodie." And that's like why she freaked out. Her manager was like staring at her, thinking she'd like burnt herself or like, dropped something. Because obviously you're in Starbucks, there's hot liquid everywhere. And she was just like, "Yeah, oh, I love your Pokemon hoodie." And I was like, thanks.
Did you get her number?
No, I didn't. She was going on lunch break. She wasn't the one that served me. But it did make my day. I felt really good after
She was going on a lunch break and you didn't invite her around?
Invite her around for what? I was getting a coffee and going home.
You missed your opportunity.
Yeah, maybe. Well, she's lovely. Hit me up if you hear this podcast. But I told my brother about it because he's the one that got me the hoodie in the end. Because I actually went to the store and couldn't get it. It was sold out when I got there, and he actually got it for my birthday. Like afterwards, I ordered it or like pre-order, like from someone else, and it's sick. I absolutely love it. So yeah, it actually made my day. I felt really really cool after that, and she was just like, "Oh, I love your hoodie." So
you felt really cool until a guy like in the corner laughed at you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was still like, yo, I rock the Pokemon hoodie. I love Pokemon so much. Oh, it just, that was just a good story.
Talking of Pokemon, you've started playing Sword and Shield, haven't you?
I have, yes. I got a Switch, and I've been playing Pokemon Sword. No, I haven't. Pokemon Shield. I'm on the 3rd gym now. I played for like 6 hours straight the other day. And I've only beat the 3rd gym. Like I was just knobbing about talking to every single character.
You still do that?
It was really fun. Huh?
We still do that. Talk to every single.
Yeah.
The games are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, I will talk to everyone.
Yes, I refuse to not talk to a character and hear a text line. It's really fun. They all speak in British 'cause it's based in London. So they're speaking British. Yeah, they speak in like English. They're like, oh, what did they say the other day? It was just like, I can't. They said a really British phrase. Like they miss out words. Like they write "ol," like that old lady over there, like OL apostrophe. And they write a bunch of stuff like that. Like, it's so funny. That, like, the British look or the English look that the Japanese think of us as. It's all the gang. Like, it's Team Yell in this game.
Yeah, it's punk.
It's punk, and they all speak Cockney, and everyone else speaks like Queen's English. It's so funny. I love reading it as an English person. It's really funny.
So what starter did you go?
When Scorcher Bunny, of course. Looks so sick, and I love rabbits.
Yeah, I don't know. If I do get it, if I do get the game, I don't know which one I'll get.
Yeah, don't get Sobble. That's the only thing. Sobble's trash. Why does anyone like Sobble? It cries all the time. No one wants that Pokemon.
When it was first released, I was like, I kind of like Sobble. And then I saw the evolutions. I was like, Sobble's going to be the cool one. Then I saw the image of the final evolution, and I was like, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, none of them are that good. I mean, Grookey's kind of cool. I like the Grookey's final evolution is a monkey playing the drums or a gorilla playing the drums.
Yeah, I might go for Grookey. I might go for Grookey.
Yeah, it's a good. I love Pokemon. Every single Pokemon game, I'm like, yes, please give me more. And this is no exception. I'm enjoying it, but it feels just not as. Maybe I have more of a like rose tinted glasses to the old games because I still love playing them, but I just don't feel like as excited when I find a new Pokemon on this one.
Yeah, I think the reason for that is a number of things. One is that Pokemon has gone down the route that Game Freak have said that this is a kids game, and they've stuck by that so hard.
I mean, it's quite handholdy.
Yeah,
new one.
And I mean, there's a few dark things within the Pokédex for you to explore and feel and everything else. But I mean, I think. Is there any real creepypasta in it? There's no creepypasta in it. It feels very much kid-friendly and kid-safe now.
There were some creepy things in the old Pokédex, but it's like Drifloon used to steal kids and take them away whenever they grabbed onto its tendons.
Yeah, but I feel like now it's still... Although there's still start things into it, I feel like over the years it's gone very...
Oh, yeah, it's got less and less so.
It's gone less and less and less and less and less. And it's like...
Yeah.
Now it's to the point where it's like... It is a kid's game.
Yeah, I think like the 5th generation, like this is the 8th generation. I think the 5th generation was the last time that it had creepy stuff in the Pokédex. I think from now, since then, it hasn't. Yeah, it's been a lot calmer.
There's always a few creepy stuff in every single game within a Pokédex, or normally when a ghost Pokemon and everything else. Yeah. X and Y had that weird ghost thing.
Weird ghost thing?
In the elevator, there were ghosts within the elevator just come out, walk in the room, and then go through the wall.
Oh, I don't remember it.
Oh, right. But that's the last thing I remember. Everything else is like, can't remember anything from Sun and Moon or... Yeah.
They're all great games though. Absolutely love it. I mean, Nintendo bang games. Like, whenever you think of a classic game, I mean, you think of like possible Call of Duty or... No, not even FIFA. Like, Call of Duty maybe. But otherwise, it's all Nintendo's, right? Nintendo bang games, long-lasting games. Pokemon, Mario, like every single one hits a good target,
I don't know, I think Sony got a few now. I mean, they've got Ratchet and Clank, they've got Crash Bandicoot.
Sony, but that's Insomniac, isn't it? Yep. And Crash Bandicoot is Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog bangs games.
Yeah, but they're owned by Sony.
They're third party creators. They weren't. Only recently was Ratchet and Clank are owned by the last game that they created, the Booty, Call of the Booty or something. That's when Sony got it.
Yeah, but Crash Bandicoot, Naughty Dog is owned by Sony, and that's why Naughty Dog always make the.
No,
they are. Naughty Dog have only made exclusive games for Sony. They've never made. They've only made exclusive games for Sony. They've never made a game released out publicly.
Ah. I guess that makes sense.
And when it has been, it's because they sold the rights to the game to another firm. But Crash Bandicoot was the first mascot for Sony.
Oh yeah, I guess you're possibly right.
And Uncharted was is another Naughty Dog thing. That was a mascot for PlayStation.
Last of Us. Last of Us banged money.
That's again, it's Naughty Dog. So Naughty Dog do. Naughty Dog. There's a lot of games that Sony do have a long list of everything else. But if you're talking childhood games and childhood memories and everything else, Nintendo's the Disney of video gaming, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Actually, I think Last of Us 2 is coming out this month. That's gonna be big. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Have you seen the new PlayStation? It's been announced and released.
Yes.
Well, not released, but announced.
The stats haven't been released yet, though, have they? Like the memory it will come with and the processing power. No, but I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, but they've released two versions: a digital and a
a disc reader one and a digital only one.
It'll be interesting. I think the digital one will be cheaper, don't you?
Yes, yeah, I believe I think it's £100 cheaper. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I mean,
that's a lot of money.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that. I like having the hard copy though. I'm a weird person that way. I like having the thing, but
I do, and it's a Blu-ray DVD driver, like viewer. You know, if you don't have a Blu-ray DVD thing, you can watch that on your PS5.
But at the same token, I do have a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, so that counts.
So do I really need that for that? It all depends on the money and also with the games that come out.
My brother rumoured that it would be, or he said he thinks it's £100 difference. If it's £100 difference, I'm going for the digital copy.
Well, I'm not. It depends on the games that come out and everything else. I didn't rush to get the PlayStation 4.
True.
Because I don't.
The thing that made me buy the PS4 was Ratchet and Clank, and the thing that's going to make me buy the PS5 is Ratchet and Clank. I love Ratchet and Clank. One of my favourite game series of all time. It's just so good.
Oh no, it's great. I do love it.
Yeah.
It's
it's so good. Tools of Destruction, number 3. One of the best, in my top 10 best games of all time. Guaranteed.
I love the second one.
Like the second one. Second one's good.
Lock and Loaded.
Oh no, actually, Tools of Destruction is the second one, isn't it? Up Your Arsenal is number 3.
No, I thought it was just Ratchet and Clank. Then it's Ratchet and Clank Lock and Loaded.
Oh, is it Lock and Loaded? They have different names in the UK and America.
Yeah, well, we had innuendos.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
No, we did, because I have Lock and Loaded. I can actually go and get the thing now and get it and prove you wrong.
Ratchet and Clank 2, what's it called? Let me have a look. Going Commando is Ratchet and Clank 2. Ratchet and Clank 3 is Up Your Arsenal, yeah.
Okay.
And Ratchet and Clank 1 is just Ratchet and Clank. Perfect.
I thought it was Lock and Loaded.
Oh yeah, so what did you say? Ratchet and Clank, what was the one you said?
Lock and Load.
Lock and Loaded. That is going, yeah, so Lock and Loaded is number 2, but it's actually called Going Commando in America.
Yeah, but they still found a way around it. I thought, I know, because Ratchet and Clank 3 was just called Ratchet and Clank 3 here, wasn't it?
Yes, but it was called Up Your Arsenal in America.
Why did they change it? Well, I'm guessing because of EU reasons.
Yeah, probably.
I like in the South Park thing, they're like, to deal with the EU thing, they basically just pause the game, put a little thing going like, oh well, sorry, you can't enjoy the full experience because the European Union's a bunch of wankers, and so you have to deal with this blue blank screen and us showing you this text. Deal with that. That's basically so sad, it. And now back to the game, and that was literally it.
That's so awful.
Every single time it happened, that's literally how they deal with it. Like, and we can't show you this scene because the European Union. They should just.
Is that like the abortion scene and things like that?
Yeah, like a probing scene and everything else. It's like, no, you can't have this in the game.
Oh, that's so awful. I mean, it's weird. It feels like it should be taken in context, right? Like it's that type of game. Like it should be allowed because it's. You know, it's people that buy the South Park game are expecting that sort of content. Yeah,
the same token though, I personally think people's view on video games is a little bit twisted. Like, how many people do you? I literally have seen so many people just go like, "Mummy, I want this video game," in game stores, and they go like, "All right," it's like the kid's 6 and you just picked out Red Dead Redemption. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, and it's like people that don't abide by the rules of the game, like they've got an age rating for a reason.
Yeah, and it's like And it's like people, like someone in America has like gone like, I played Call of Duty or played GTA and someone committed suicide and this happened in the game and it's outrageous, and their response was, well, it's an 18 rated game, and we literally said how cool it was on the box. Like the M, it was M for mature, and it said that sexual content, this, that, and everything else. And you're like, yeah, but it's a video game. And they're like, well, yes, it's a video game, but we've got the rating for a reason. Pay attention for the goddamn rating.
Yeah.
Jeez,
ridiculous, isn't it? It's nuts. Actually, like, have you seen the tendencies on Twitch at the moment? Do you know Twitch?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know Twitch.
Like live streaming, the biggest live streaming platform in the world.
I think most people know who Twitch are.
Yeah. So Twitch, they've been live streaming a few different things right now. There's one guy who's been live streaming his weight loss like throughout, and that's absolutely blown up. And also, people have been live streaming chess games. There's a chess tournament on Twitch at the moment, like between all like the biggest creators.
That's pretty cool.
It's just sick. I love that it's gone from like everyone playing like a bunch of different games to like these things that everyone can join in with, like a game of chess or a game, and guys losing weight, and it's like inspiring other people. It's so sick. I love that, the community on there. It's really good.
Nice. Yeah. No, that is pretty cool. I mean, it's I love stuff like that. I think gaming does have a good point of it, but it's just I feel like the argument around gaming is pretty damn. It's easily solved. It's like it's got a rating. Pay attention.
Yeah. Oh yeah. About that, definitely. Anyway, yeah, but the chess I think should get more popularity. We should do a chess stream.
Well, you want me and you play chess?
Yeah. This stream for our lock-in viewers.
All right, I'm up for that. I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass at chess.
Mate, I'd smash you.
The thing is, as well, like we used to like play like on like a little app thing, a chess game on an app thing. And
we did
more often than not, because I was busy doing at work and things. I was just like, I'll just move that thing there really quickly, and I'll make a mistake. So you would win. But there was one time I was like, I have time on my hands. I'm going to take you on.
I love your excuses already.
No, hang on, because this is at you. I had time, and I could actually focus and take my time and actually make the move that I wanted to make, and I did it. And all of a sudden, you just didn't reply.
Yeah. I mean, I get bored after a while. If it's not immediate, I just stop playing.
No. See, when I lost, I took it. I carried on playing. I carried on playing, and I went, okay, you know, I lost. I mean, I made a mistake and everything else, but I mean, at the end of the day, I lost. I can't deny that.
Yeah.
You literally did the equivalent of, yeah, I'm not playing anymore.
I do just stop playing. I get bored of like the chess Facebook, and I just stop playing. So, hey, anyway, I'll be so down for a game.
Right, you're on.
And I've been streaming on Twitch anyway at Joel the Third, Mario 64, Monday to Thursday. Come check out if you want. We might do a chess stream in part one of those. Do you want to do it via my Twitch, or do you want to do it through a different?
No, do it via your Twitch.
My Twitch, perfect. Yeah. Joel the Third.
I feel
check me out.
I thought it'd be great
to do a chess game on it.
A co-op game like Army of Two.
True, that'd be good. Army of Two, Portal 2, something like that.
Portal 2 is a good way to start hate. Do we really need to hate each other more than we already do?
Nah, but we do already. So I mean, that'd be bants.
It would end up like one of us murdering each other.
Oh, true. When we actually can meet up, I think that would be better.
Well, yeah, no. I'm talking about when we meet up. I mean,
yeah, we can meet up once this lockdown's over.
Boom.
Yeah, so let's do that. Joel the Third, hit us up. Do you want to do it in the week sometime? This releases Monday. We could do it in the week if you all have time.
I've got to take some time off work, so we could do it. I'll let you know what times I got off work, and we do it then.
Bang! I stream 7:30 Monday to Thursday. Just to let everyone know. So hit me up, and we'll put it on our socials. Yeet!
Are you using our podcast to plug your Twitch channel?
Yes, but because it's now a group thing, I'm fine with that. Anyway, I think we should wrap up, man. This is crazy. Like, we only have an hour. Yeah, we actually do have to wrap up.
Oh, okay, cool. Have you got another ridiculous question we have to pick between worse or worse?
I mean, I wanted to do that. I actually wanted to put a bit of a deeper one and get discussion in. We have a few minutes. Let's just bash it out, and then we can make a short one next time. It's fun.
Cool.
So, I was watching a podcast the other day. It's George Watsky and Philip DeFranco. they did great things. Go watch that podcast. I'll link it in the description. We don't have time to talk about it now, unfortunately. He basically raised a bunch of money for his viewers because his gig got cancelled and people wanted refunds. Great guy. But in that, he said, Philip DeFranco asked him, what is your greatest fear? And he said, mortality. Actually, like the fear of dying and not having done enough, you know, throughout your life.
Mm.
And I respected that. I respected that heavily. And I was like, yo, I get it. I can understand the fear. And that's why he's become an artist and he raps about that sort of stuff. Go check him out. It's great. But I wanted to just ask, what is your biggest fear or greatest fear?
Being sad.
Being sad. That's your greatest fear?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no point. The world is what the world is. If it wasn't, if we didn't have if we weren't mortals, then the world we live in will be very different. It'll be just sheer chaos and madness and everything else. But so I'm quite content with that, and I'm not. You know, death is a horrible part of life, but it's a needed. It's a natural part, and it happens. It's a cycle. I'm very much accepting of that bit, but within life and everything else, it's just gonna be really weird. It's sad when people are just trapped in sadness. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does make sense.
You don't know how long you're gonna have. I can die tomorrow. I mean, I hope I don't, but I could.
I hope you don't as well. I'm going to get a sex change for you. What's going on?
Exactly. You hear me up there? You know, I found or down there even. Either one of you.
Joel's getting a sex change. Like, come on, sort this out. I can't go now.
I will be pissed. There will be an argument. But yeah, I mean, there's yeah, I'm not afraid of that, but it's just, you know, spending your time trapped in sadness and being sad is not a great thing. Or, you know, you don't want to. You want to be happy, or be as happy as you can be. You don't, you know. And the thought of being sad scares me more.
Just waking up every day being sad. I mean, just can't get out of the rut.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in a rut of sadness that people want to know. That's part of my influence for it. But yeah, and I don't want to be caught in that again. Being sad is not fun. Surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I wouldn't. What about you? What's your one?
Spiders, lol.
We got the fear of death. We got the fear of being sad, and if you got like spiders, 8 legs, scary. Am I right?
I was gonna go something deeper, but you did something deep, and I was like, yeah, I respect that, and I want yours to be acknowledged more than mine. So I was like, spiders.
No, what's your deep one? What's your deep one?
No, I was like, I respect like the. All right, well, my one was like the fear of just not being remembered once you're gone. Like, I think I it's in some rap song or whatever. It's just like, oh, you die twice. It's like when you die, like you're buried in the ground, and then the last time anyone ever says your name.
Yeah, it's Egyptian. That's what the Egyptians believe. You die twice.
Yeah, I think that's a Macklemore lyric as well. But just not being remembered. Just why we do this, although we do it for fun and we post this out, it's, you know, it's for not being known as well, right? Like we love it. We love the social attention, and that's why we enjoy doing this, as well as just talking to each other and getting this, you know, enjoying actually talking to each other for once.
I actually do it for fun. I actually enjoy it. It's very different because you literally do it for, like, you want to be remembered a little bit. I literally just,
of course,
I'm quite. Thing is, once you're because this is a weird thing. I do not want to have. I want to be buried. If we're talking about death and everything else, I do want to be buried.
Not cremated.
Don't want to be cremated. It's the idea of returning everything. You're living. Your body's an energy source. Burning it up is a waste. Bury it. It gets recycled into the thing and everything else. If you just go burn it, just like, well, that's energy source is gone.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I want to be buried. But I don't want to have a tombstone.
I respect that. Okay.
Because I think a tombstone is a very selfish thing. You're always, you're always dragging someone to remember you. You're always forcing someone to remember you. It's like, I want people to remember me, but I want people to get on with their lives. I don't want to be remembered with a tear down my face. I want to be remembered with a smile over the course of a drink. But having a tombstone is forcing people. Plus, there's a whole thing that funerals are depressing.
Always.
It's like Well, it's like if I did die tomorrow, there would not be a funeral. There'll be a party.
Yeah.
There'll be a big.
There'd be a funeral as well. Your parents obviously would host one, but it'd be more.
It's in my will
for sure.
It's
in your will. You've got a will.
I've got
no
a will.
way do you have a will. You're freaking 26.
Yeah, I've got it in the will because I don't want to have a funeral. There's no funeral. I get buried, and if I have to have that tombstone, there'll be a tombstone. It would just be blank.
Can I get this right here? What do you want me to wear? This is on podcast first.
You can wear anything. You can wear anything. You can wear a dick costume.
You ask me what you want, man. I'll be there in whatever costume you want. You want that?
I want
me to
you
turn up to your death party in front of your family in a penis?
Yep.
I'll do it.
Do it.
Like if that's your wish, I will do that.
You can literally turn up as a joker. I don't care. The fact is, it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be a good time. It's just literally just a drunk party. I don't. Yeah. The idea of forcing someone.
Remember you in favour instead of like sad.
Yeah. And I feel like having that every single time you see a picture of a gravestone in Hollywood as well, it's always like a sad person putting the flowers, going, "I miss you, Judith." It's like it's like look, Judith. Judith's dead, and I'm sure like I don't know. There's a heaven or hell or anything else. I'm kind of like my view on that is I don't care because there's no point in caring. You find out when you die, and wherever it is, it'll be it. If there's a huge judge at the end, he can judge how I live my life. It'll probably end up in hell, but I don't really. It is what it is. I'm concentrating what I'm in. I'm on this planet. I'm here now. I can focus on that. There's no point focusing on what happens after death because it doesn't goddamn matter.
Yeah, I respect that. I respect that a lot. Do you want to know what happens? What I want to do when I die?
I imagine you want to have the biggest goddamn tomb. You want a pyramid. If you could have a pyramid that was as tall as a shard, you don't want to be buried under the shard. Do you want that to be your gravestone?
If that was possible, if I could have a pyramid, yes. But what I actually want, this is a service that is offered, by the way. I want to be cremated, put into a satellite, and shot and crashed into the moon. And my ashes scattered across the moon.
No, I'll take that back. That's actually far more big-heady than wanting a pyramid.
It costs so much, and it's a service that actually exists, and I want that.
You're literally one of these you're actually one of these like emperors in ancient history. Like when I die, bury everyone who followed me around with me as well. You're one of those people, aren't you? Right. Then when the Egyptians bury my pets, bury my wife, bury my cousins,
all the followers of the Lock-In podcast buried with me. that's the way.
And
that's
the way
I'm going.
And that's how we lost all our viewers. You're literally that person. I can literally just imagine you going on your deathbed so what do you want? I want the whole nation to be buried with me. I was like, what? I want the whole nation to be buried with me. Under the world's biggest pyramid.
It just... Yeah.
That touches the moon.
See, that is... Yeah. Hey, not being remembered, crashing a satellite into the moon, it just sounds hype.
Yeah. See,
not
being remembered doesn't...
Who's not going to remember that?
It's
not going to remember that guy that got blasted into the moon when he died.
That's such a waste of a rocket.
Oh, and what?
It's such a waste, and this rocket's blasting off. What's it for? What scientific research is it for? No, it's just because of some dead guy who wants to die on the moon. He wants his ashes on the moon, even. He doesn't even want to die there, just his ashes on the moon.
Yeah. Yeah. It's obnoxious.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah, see, not being remembered doesn't bother me at all.
Hey, I mean, that was quite thoughtful. I think that was a good last ending,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. A bit more wholesome.
Yeah.
I think we're going to sign out there.
Are we? Okay.
As long as you're happy with that, unless you want to talk anymore.
Nah. It's fucking boring, aren't you?
Thank you very much for listening in, mates. Take it easy. It's an absolute pleasure. What a great Great podcast. I enjoyed that one a lot. Sign in next week. We'll see you soon. We're legal now, so we're going to get bevy. Take it easy. Bye.